What's going on, everybody? Robert, Bridging to Geekdoms here. I kind of just threw this up real quick. I wanted to kind of do a new test of my new computer that I got here and wanted to see if it was going to work. I'm not doing a full kind of show here, but the one thing I did want to talk about was all this toxicity going on right now in the Restore the Snyderverse fandom and movement. It's gotten a little ridiculous, and it has hit me today. It hit me, and I kind of want to put an end to it. I want people to understand that it is not cool. We need to stop doing this. It is something that needs to, for the sake of the movement, for the sake of Zack Snyder and all that we fought for, it needs to end. The he said, she said, the combativeness, all of that needs to come to an end. Plain and simple. It's gotten out of hand. I am being criticized for not standing up for the end of toxicity and the bullying over the last few months, and I don't blame them. I should have come out and said, hey, stop it. But I did step away from the whole idea of getting involved with any of that kind of stuff a number of months ago. I did so because I was caught in a situation where I was having an argument with somebody within the fandom, and it just got out of hand. And whether or not it's not what we should be doing. It's not. But I do apologize for anybody who I didn't stand up and help support, any of the friends and acquaintances that I've made over the last year or so. I do apologize. But this past weekend really blew up and really kind of made a mockery of our movement and our fandom, and it's a disgrace. And I hate it. And today I kind of got to a tipping point for me. My passion kind of overtook my my emotions, and I jumped on and just said enough is enough. And again, like I said, I got called out, and rightfully so. I'm not going to sit here and say that I should not have been called out for this stuff, because I should have stood up for those that I have become friends with or made acquaintances with over the last year. But I didn't. I sheepishly or selfishly, or whatever you want to call it, just kind of stood in the back in the shadows and let all that stuff happen. And this goes for everybody. I mean, I allowed it to happen on both sides. It's not like, and I don't want people thinking that I took one side or the other. I didn't. I just kind of stood back and just watched. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have spoken out earlier. I should have come out and said enough is enough and stop with all this crap. I tried to preach unity. I tried to preach standing together for this movement, but ultimately it turned into this. This is what it is right now, and it's pretty ridiculous. It really is. It's a shame, because we've fought so hard to get something for artistic integrity, for to stop bullying and just all of that. And we've come out and we've bullied. What's up, Andrew? Hey, long time. I haven't done a live show for a while. I'm testing out my computer. Let me know if my stream isn't looking too great. Again, new computer, new setup, all that jazz. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's working, and that's kind of the point of this. But how's it going, Andrew? I know you are excited for the upcoming Spider-Man movie. I don't have any information on that. Actually, a lot of the people that I was talking to over the last 5-6 months about upcoming films, we kind of fallen out a little bit. So I don't have any information on trailers or anything like that. I wish I did. But yeah, I know you're looking forward to it. I am too. I can't wait for that. But yeah, what's going on, Andrew? Thanks for stopping in. But whether people see this or not, whether people care or not, I mean, my channel isn't anything big. It's growing slowly, but I'd like it to get a little bit bigger. But I just enjoy doing this, and I don't want people out there, attacking me, being pissed off at me, because at some point, once I get all my stuff together and everything like that, I'd like to jump on some other people's shows, converse. My favorite thing to do, probably the best thing to do, is just have conversations about pop culture and all things, movie and comic related. That's one of my favorite things to do. And if there's people out there who's, thought of me is that I'm an asshole or not supportive or anything like that, that's not going to bode well for me moving forward. So that's kind of the whole reason why I wanted to talk about this here. I don't know if there's anybody out there. I have one viewer right now. I'm not sure who it is, but this was kind of unplanned. There's no big thing. I'm just kind of speaking from the heart here. Like, I just don't want people to sit there and think I'm a bad person. I was as excited as everybody else was and believing the Snyderverse can continue. I still am excited. I know right now is pretty much the lowest point that we've been at since 2017 when Justice League came out, with the issues that happened with the motion comic, and then the announcement that Snyder, for at least the next 2 years, will be pretty busy with the Netflix stuff. And if you haven't, I do have a video on my channel now that talks all about the Netflix deal and kind of dives into what to expect and why we should not be too worried about the Snyderverse being killed off, but that there is still a chance for it to continue. So make sure you check that video out. It actually kind of blew up today. I don't know if YouTube may be broken. I don't know. That happened to another one of my videos not too long ago. There was a video that just, some random video just got over 2,000, 3,000 views or something like that. That's kind of happening to this video here, but I'm guessing it's just one of those bots, or it happened on our podcast one time on our audio only. It kind of just went crazy, and we were seeing like 15,000 views per episode in like 1 month, like over a month span of time. And then all of a sudden it just crashed down again. So I don't know. Look, that's above my pay grade. I don't know what's going on, but hey, hopefully it is people actually watching and checking out the show, and maybe hopefully subscribing and such, because again, this is something I really enjoy doing. I like doing this. I don't want people thinking that I'm out here for any other reason than to just have good conversation and good talks. That's really all this is. That's all this is. I have no intention of seeking clout or anything like that. I just want to have good conversations, and I want people to join in on those conversations. That's the whole reason why I started podcasting back in 2016, 5 years ago. And it's transitioned and changed so many times over the course of the last 5 years, from different types of podcasts, political to paranormal to pulp culture to just a plethora of different types of scenarios and genres and such. But yeah, that's me. This is what's going on. Again, I appreciate everybody who has supported me thus far. Thank you so much. And I hope you continue to support me, the channel, and everything that we do. I'm looking at changing some things up, possibly getting some new programs, trying to make it a little more interactive with me and everybody else. I'm also trying out that new green room on Spotify, doing some audio only shows on there. I'm trying to figure out how to get that audio to download it. I haven't figured that out yet, so hopefully I figure it out soon, but I'll be using that. So if you want to have some conversation and talk about things, you can join me on there on my car rides home, or even in the mornings on my car rides to work. I might try it out from time to time. So we'll see if I can get that all figured out. But I just want to continue having good conversation. I want to get back into the conversation of things and not worrying about who's lying, who's saying this, who's doing that, where's this going. I just want to have good talk, and that's what I'm going to go with. I'm a very opinionated person, and I kind of lost that because I was worried about the negativity that would shine down on me from all of it. So I'm going to get back to being myself. And that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. And I know Colton, he feels the same way with things. He wants to get back to what we really enjoyed doing when we started podcasting 4 or 5 years ago, and diving back into the whole idea of us just sitting around bullshitting and just talking pop culture, reviewing movies and making up lists and all that jazz. And, now that we've added the video aspect to it, it'll be fun. It'll be it's a nice little change. And, I've been doing the video stuff now for nearly a year. It was July of last year, so it's been about a year that I did my first video podcast. It was pretty cool. I believe it was Marcus from The Culture Nerd was on. He's a great guy, and all those guys over there, they're great. I really enjoy them, and regardless of what a lot of people say in regards to some of the stuff that has come out lately and everything like that. Look, I look at people for who they are, whether or not, I should have stood up to the bullies of some of the people that I've met over the last year, but I didn't. Should have, but I didn't. And again, I apologize for that. Whether it was on one side or the other, I shouldn't have just let it go. Should have said and stood up to them in some form or fashion. I got a hanger hanging on the door there. Look at that. Normally I clean all that up. Bedroom stuff. But make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I got a great interview. Actually, let me do this here. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Let's see. And we'll go like... I'm going to do this. So if you check out our website here, our channel here, got some pretty cool things, like this one here, 4.4. It makes no sense. In 6 hours, 4.4 thousand views. You see my other views. They're not all that high. So I'm not really sure what happened there. I think it's just one of those weird YouTube glitches that happens from time to time. This one here, though, I mean, this got some pretty big watches, and there's been some good conversation on the comments there. So make sure you check that one out. I'm loving my Star Wars stuff. People don't watch my Star Wars stuff. I think people would really like my opinions on some Star Wars things, so check that out. But this here, I want to talk about this. John Horsley of Spoiler Country, the man, the myth, the legend, joined me for a discussion on how he got to where he is. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you did jump on and check out the show here, again, it was just a little bit of a test, see if this is working, making sure it's working. But yeah, guys, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk at all of you later.